It's something that we believe so deeply in, not just in my business, but also here on the podcast. It's one of the reasons why we produce this show, because we want to reach as many professionals in the auto industry as possible to get what you just said across. And I go, how many more people do we need to say something similar to what you just said? Putting yourself below the person, service senior to selling, the power of persuasion, the fact that customers today are more educated walking onto the lot than they've ever been in the history of our planet, because you can get all the information you need already. And I love specifically what you're saying about being an authentic, genuine person. This is like the thing that there's no tactic on. Like, I can't be like, here are 3 steps to becoming more authentic. It's like, it's that thing. Do you have a desire to serve and be a good person and to do what's right, even if that doing that right thing is not the popular opinion? Like, there's just so many elements into it. I've experienced what you've just said in my own career, so I can add my testimony, if you will, to what you're saying for those listening. My team has witnessed quote unquote sales calls where we didn't even talk about what we were going to do. And the deal closes and they go, wait, did you just close a deal by saying, I want your kids to feel comfortable enough calling you Uncle Mike? Like, what? How does that? And I think it's, it's what you're saying. It's that, it's being in alignment with that individual, understanding them, showing empathy, being authentic, doing what's right for them. The sales already happened. People aren't dumb. People know what they want. So
yeah.
Where did you make that connection? And you've mentioned some books here by Professor Cialdini. Along the way, how did you make these connections, or what did you do to master this art of sales or persuasion or being a good person, as I like to say?
I think everything is sales. I had a mentor when I first started off, and he took me out and he showed me, he's like, look, yeah, I know you don't have any money now, kid, but look around you. And I looked and I was like, what? I don't see anything. I see benches, cars, houses. Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, everything you see around you has been sold from one person to the next. I said, okay. He's like, master that. Master how a human influences another human to do something. And you've mastered life. You'll never be hungry again. You'll never be broke again. And that's what I did. I started learning about the great salespeople. How do you become a salesperson? In American culture, it's something that's stigmatized. So when we think about salespeople, immediately resistance goes up.
Right.
And a lot of people come at it with a different perspective. Eastern perspective is very different. I'm a big fan of Alan Watts. I don't know if you've heard of Alan Watts, a great philosopher. And he talks a lot about the difference between East and West. And just like you were saying, a lot of the times, especially in the situation that you just demonstrated, the sale was made before you even got on the phone. That was just a formality. The fact that you were on the phone talking to these folks is just a formality. They had already decided to buy from you. And that's exactly what we're talking about here. For me, that was the big shift, was having a mentor who had succeeded and me trying to emulate him and learn from him and understand the importance of influence. And all influence is sales. I teach that on Amazon now. What we learned from Jeff Bezos and from creating products on the Amazon platform is that now we can compete with these big companies. I've got students all the time in this course that I teach that make 50, 100, 150 grand a month selling on Amazon when they started from zero. And they do it because they're competing with these mega companies, these massive brands, and they can do it successfully on Amazon. Why? Because they know how to tell a better story. They know how to tell that story in a way that converts on that platform. If you're doing face-to-face sales, it's a different form of influence, but the pillars are the same. The foundation of that influence is the same, and influence is everything.
I'm Michael Cirillo, and you've been listening to the Dealer Playbook Podcast. If you haven't yet, please click the subscribe button wherever you're listening right now. Leave a rating or review and share it with a colleague. Thanks for listening.